I'm Yuri. I am 24 years old and I am the owner and sole operator of Cool Hair Boy Studios, which is a hair salon targeted for neurodivergent LGBTQ people and allies. And my pronouns are any of them. I don't care. My goal in general when picking a career was just I knew that I wanted to help people and I was trying to find a way that I felt like I could bring joy to people. And medical things didn't interest me. I have a needle phobia, so that was out of the question. And being a therapist was something I feel like I'd be good at, but didn't feel like something that I really wanted to do because I'm creative. And then that's when kind of, especially when I arrived at that school, the pieces started to align where I was like, I think hair is what I'm supposed to be doing because it's a amalgamation of everything that I'm good at from, chemistry and like more analytical academic sciences, chemistry, math and such with as well as the creative expression. And I'm a very social person. So it kind of combined that too. And the best part is that I get to transform people's lives in a tiny little way of just letting them have a feeling of being themselves walking out, and I get to directly see that impact, which is really cool. I'm grateful for my time at a corporate salon, I think, because I definitely needed that space to be able to grow and make mistakes and, have people who could especially having a manager to bridge that gap if there was any discomfort or a client acting up was really helpful. And also I think the way that corporate salons work, I think it's nice to be able to have the safety net of especially the way Ulta does their pay grade of knowing that you would get paid if all else failed if you didn't book anybody. It was really great for growing a clientele. Granted, there are many disadvantages with it as well. And personally, now that I am here owning a business and working for myself, I don't think I would ever go back. But that is because when you work for a corporation or just in general work for somebody else, I will say, in the beauty industry, you have to kind of play by their rules and expectations of what a hairstylist looks like, acts like, dresses like, performs like. What kind of work you do is really out of your hands. It kind of made me feel like the things that now are what make this space special, what makes me as a stylist special, at the time felt like they were very detrimental and got me in this headspace of feeling like there was something wrong with me, that I didn't know why I couldn't just do things right, only to realize that it wasn't about doing things the right way or wrong way. It was just simply I had a very different purpose for doing hair than most of the people there did. It wasn't just a job to me. It was something that I felt called to do to help as many people as possible. So the story of how I ended up here is very interesting. So I knew from the time I got out of hair school, as many people did, that I wanted to be a suite owner and have my own business eventually, but it always felt very out of reach. And I said to myself, you will do that when, you get the experience and you're not making any mistakes ever, which never happens, spoiler alert. You never don't make mistakes. But I was like, in my head, I thought when you get to that point where you don't need help ever. And, also, I said, when you have tons of savings and a full booking clientele, that's the time you'll move out. When you have tons of people and you can just smoothly transition and keep your income. Only for when it actually happened to be the least opportune time, at least it felt like it on paper. The thing about running this business, the biggest hurdle that I had to overcome after the first year was I started this business not to make money. I started it because I saw something that both I was having trouble navigating as a stylist looking to be employed and also as a client getting my hair done. I was struggling to find a space that felt comfortable and safe for me. Basically, the idea I had was I thought, okay, a lot of my clients have skills that I need, and in general, a lot of my, clients had all sorts of things that they did. And so I thought, if I can barter with them, then I get something that I need that I would have spent money on anyway. They get something that they need and they don't have to spend money on it either. And it both goes so that I can make it more accessible and not feel guilty because I'm still getting compensated. And so are they in a non-monetary way. The biggest impact this space had for me was I've never had community before. I've never known many queer or trans people ever. When I was transitioning, I did not know any trans mass people that had done any of those things. So I was really researching everything from scratch, but missing the sense of someone who could share in that experience. And opening this space now has gotten me to the point where this space has made a community for others, but also for me. For the first time ever, I have an actual community around me. Many clients that I'm also friends with a lot of my clients because, again, it's we hang out as friends when we're here. And that's not because I'm putting on a fake personality. It's because I'm just being myself.